Hi, you guys. Somebody wrote in with another really good question today and asked, how is it that you can cox boys and not be afraid of them? And I love this question so much because I definitely know what you mean, especially when you're first starting out. I'm assuming you mean as opposed to coxing women. I clarify if I'm wrong there, but especially when you're starting out, it can be a little bit intimidating because you don't necessarily speak their language yet. So you also may not be too secure with what you are doing in the coxswain seat. So maybe you're a novice coxswain or a little bit newer, like you're still kind of learning the ropes on how to do things. And then, you're also trying to learn and implement at the same time, which can be really challenging. And then if you're with a bunch of boys, you can be a little ganged up on, if things aren't going very well. And to be fair, nobody coaches coxswains, so you have to figure it out on your own, whereas rowers get coached every day and they don't really realize how beneficial that is and how difficult it is for coxswains to do that. So if they start to get really, frustrated with you, it can feel like, oh my God, like, what are they doing? They're getting so mad at me. And it can be a little bit scary. So be a little bit patient with yourself. Take the time to learn as much as you can about rowing and ask a lot of questions and ask them too. Like, feel free to communicate with them. You're on the team too. And maybe they have a good idea for how to make something work or how you could call something differently or, help them help you. So the other thing too is learning to speak their language. And I think that's really, really important when you're coxing men. If they have outbursts or if they yell something in a piece or yell at you or get mad or seem like they're in a really pissy mood, it's probably not because of you. It's probably because, they're frustrated at the piece. Maybe it is. Maybe you're steering all over the place or something. I'm not sure. But one thing that you can do is learn to speak their language. So like if they have an outburst, know that by the end of the practice, they're probably not even going to remember that they did it. So it's not aimed at you personally because they're really frustrated. And it can be a little flustering if you're getting yelled at and then you're trying to figure things out in the boat and make things happen fast. Trust me, I get it. I totally get it. But learn to speak their language. Learn like what makes guys so great at what they do, because they're really, really magnificent at racing and being aggressive and going hard. So I think if you can learn from that, that can be really, really beneficial. So you can kind of start to speak that language too and get on their level and help them. You're part of the team too. So again, that's what I would try. Just a couple things there. Learn as much as you can about rowing, and I would learn as much as you can about rowing, and then learn to speak their language. Like, push back at them a little bit. Don't be afraid to, tell them no. Like, you're the boss. And then lastly, one thing that's kind of helped me a little bit too is, if there are like Olympians in the boat, or if there are guys that have a ton of experience or something, keep in mind that they're just oars in the water. Yes, they have a lot of experience, they know what's going on, but they are literally a stick in the water, just like everybody else, just like a novice rower would be. So, and in a lot of ways, they're actually easier to cox because they already know what to do. Really. Just kind of telling them when. So, lure out faces. Just look at sticks in the water, what you need to fix, and think about the technical side of the stroke. So, again, those three things. Give me a shout if I was not hitting on the mark that you were looking for, and feel free again to submit any questions in the DMs or email me at thecandidcox